Cassidy. Marnoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab work spell. Here's another shot. Right in front of score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
Man, I've been feeling so sick since Wednesday. Like fever sky high and everything. But you know who's just as sick as me? It's the Vegas Golden Knights, man. How horrible are they right now?
0-3 in the last 3 games.
They're 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Man, right now they're just holding on to that third spot, but they don't deserve to be there at all.
No, it's brutal. It's like they're kind of like falling apart almost.
Yeah.
It's brutal. I watched like the highlights from the last couple of games, and I'm like, one thing I've noticed all year round is they haven't been playing with leads.
Yeah.
It's like they're having to catch up and then come back from behind, and it's one thing that they're doing consistently. One thing I also noticed was they're only +4 in goals for and goals against. So like they're playing a lot of tight games, and when you're playing in tight games, anything can happen, right?
You can't even just blame one thing. Yeah, goaltending is horrendous, right? They can't figure that thing out this year. But if you go look at all together, Mitch Marner has 98 giveaways. He's the most amount of giveaways in the entire team. You want to hear the most surprising thing? Hold on to your seat right now. Hold on. You want to hold on to that seat?
What's the
you
seat?
ready? Jack Eichel doesn't have a single power play goal all year.
Oh, I'm actually really surprised. That's nuts.
That's messed up, right?
Yeah.
You have one of the best playmakers in Mitch Marner, and you don't have a single power play goal.
Yeah.
I when I saw that, I was like, wow, that just kind of
That's
summarizes this year for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, it's so crazy because they had all this hype. Like they brought in Marner, and then at the trade deadline they brought in Anderson, and like they're continuing to build the team.
They've actually been worse when Anderson came.
Yeah.
Like, how's that possible?
He had a nice goal last night.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Went around. They even yesterday, like there was glimpses of like what they could be, because even on the penalty kill, on the same penalty kill, they scored 2 shorthanded goals to kind of get back in the game.
Yeah.
And then they took the lead, and then Washington tied, and they lost in overtime. But like you get glimpses of what they can be, and then on the other end, they just miss a guy and then just scores like an easy one-timer, and it's just like these mental lapses. And even going back to goaltending, like even earlier in the year, they had the issue with goaltenders being hurt, and they're having to kind of scramble and put whoever in net. And I think that kind of carried on to now, right? Even now they're like having issues with goaltending. I feel like goalies never got enough time to kind of get warmed up or kind of get their games in, and now they're kind of,
because there's been injuries, right?
That's right. That's right.
There's just no, like, if you go look at their forwards, defense, goaltending, yes, you can say, if you want to give them benefit of the doubt, it's just the fact that every single time they're about to turn a page, somebody gets injured. Then they're back to scrambling again. And they've been doing that all year round. But they got a lot of players that should be able to carry the slack. Like, I think Thomas Hertl, he has the worst plus minus on the entire team. I think he's getting paid like 7.8 mil, I think, something around that. It's just, I remember for the half the season, he wasn't even playing second line center. They moved him down. So Mitch Marner was playing center. There was that point. I think it was a stretch in January when Jack Eichel went down. That's unacceptable, you know?
No. Even Petrangelo's been out.
Yeah, and there's a thing that he may not even come back at all, right?
No,
The team is getting older. I think if there's one thing that the Vegas Golden Knights, there should be a huge red flag right now, is that they need to get younger quick. If you have a core that's a little older, you need to have some secondary scoring that's younger. They don't have that right now.
Do you think like going forward, like, because they leverage all their first, I think for the next like couple of years, it's all gone to Calgary, right? So what do you think how do you think they can like rebound? Like, do you think
they gotta sign some college players if they could find some hidden in the gem? I think that's what they're gonna have to do. Hit on some late picks and figure it out. So, but yeah, right now the way it's going is it's not good. Because even like as I was telling you about Mitch Marner's giveaways, yeah, he has like 70 points in 72 games. Like point wise, he has 19 goals. He's not doing bad stats wise. But then, you know, when you're looking at all the other things, all the giveaways and everything, you know, how they're supposed to play, how they're supposed to be playing, and how he plays, it kind of clashes.
I was gonna say, like, you know, no matter how many goals you score, if you're scoring like a goal a game and you're also giving up a turnover and the other team's scoring a goal a game, it's really not amounting to anything, right?
It's a Jack Eichel not having a single power play goal. I get it, he's been injured, but how is that possible? You know, they had Pacioretty and they were all racking up goals when they had that sick power play a few years ago. But now you got Mitch Marner, and you guys can't even, you know, capitalize. You know, I think on defense they're like 22nd in the league and 14th in offense.
You know, even like I was looking at like team stats as well.
Yeah.
Same thing to what you're saying. And like shots against, they're like 6th in the league. They give up the 6th least shots
Yeah.
against. It's like 24 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so like even the power play and stuff, it's like pretty decent. And it's just for what they are and what the stats, it just doesn't match. I think it's just like they're in a lot of close games and they're not, I guess, capitalizing.
That Edmonton Oilers game was they should have won that one.
Mm-hmm.
They have 16 OT losses. That's ridiculous. Think about it.
No clutch.
It's not even just a clutch thing. Think about if you took away if you had the 3-point win, and if you had it that style, this team wouldn't even make the playoffs right now.
What do you think?
I think that OT loss is hiding
a lot
how poor this team is right now.
because they walk away with a single point.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just, hey, we're just gonna try and get into the playoffs, and then maybe when the playoff comes, like we'll kind of see, because playoff hockey is like a lot different
Yeah,
than.
but dude, Nashville is 3 points behind with 1 game in hand, and then you got LA with 4 points behind with 1 game.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying they might not even make it in?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, even though how poor the Western Conference is, it's the way the Golden Knights are playing. It's the bad time for them to just fall apart, because even Mitch Marner, I think he has 1 point in the last 5 games. And I get it. I'm focusing more on him, but even Stone, he's been injured half the year as well. You could go look at Barbashev. I think he has barely has 50 points right now. He's fell off. He was a hard-nosed guy. He's not even playing like how he was playing last year. The team is just kind of shifting. Thomas Hurdle's not playing the way he's supposed to be playing. I don't know. I haven't heard much from Theodore as well. I don't even know if he's injured, if he's playing. I have no idea.
He's playing.
Get what I mean? Like, he's been so quiet, and typically you hear about him. But this year, he's just been awfully quiet in the entire league. Like, he's not making big noise around nationally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they better turn it up quick, man. Because even though as much as LA and Nashville, when you look at their teams and you're like, do they deserve it? I mean, they're just all bad teams. But one of these bad teams are going to make it.
Like this year, especially in the West, it's like you said, like the LAs and the Vegases, it's like teams that like had that historic, I guess, run and stuff like that, or like that historic, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't even think about it. Like that history of like performing well, I guess. Yeah. It's just this year, it's like kind of like all up in the air, right?
It's just funny when you go look at the races in the East and West. It looks like there's a bunch of rabbits racing in the East. And then you look at the West, it's a bunch of tortoises just slowly getting to the line. We're like, wow, this is boring. Like, who's going to get there?
No.
It's
crazy. Like, at least it makes it for entertaining. Because, hey, I bet you it's going to go down to the last day for some of these teams, right?
Yeah. But Vegas better, they better wake up. They need to wake up right now, because like, you can be out of the playoff spot. And if you are out of a playoff spot in this poor conference, then man, there is going to be a lot of shifting around in the offseason.
Well, even like, let's say they do make it into the playoffs, right? Like, there's still a couple games left, right? But
yeah, it's only been 72 games, so you still have about 10 games.
10 games. I'm like, you better turn it around, because you don't want to be carrying that into the playoffs either, right?
Yeah. And you can't lose in the OT against a team that's also fighting for a playoff spot. That's from now moving forward. I don't know how their schedule looks like, but they can't do that.
Well, you're talking about OT too, and like you're talking about aged players. One thing that I think will help them in the playoffs is it's 5-on-5 versus a 3-on-3 where they have the slower players. So I think that might help them if they do go into overtime.
But are they going to be healthy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how banged up are they?
Well, even now too, like they can't even afford to like rest players going into the playoffs, because I bet you they're going to need every point they can get, right?
For sure. And if they play against the Edmonton Oilers first round, that team has speed, regardless of how bad the Edmonton Oilers also are this year. I mean, 2 tortoises.
Yeah. And Edmonton's goalie situation looks a lot better. Ingram's been playing well.
Starting to shape up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. We'll see what happens. It's funny. You're not seeing nationally this huge cloud over the Golden Knights. But
it's because I bet you they play in Vegas, right? And it's like not really.
I think if they don't make the playoffs, I think that's when you're gonna hear all the screaming fans. I mean, I already been seeing Golden Knight fans are absolutely frustrated with Marner right now, just saying that you're paying him this much money, and he's on track for 80 points this year.
Do you think they Do you think it's like a Marner problem? Like wherever he goes, it's just
No. This isn't a Marner issue. This is just the fact that we talked about in the beginning of the year as well. This team in general is old. They don't have. You need, even if you have a good core, you still need young players. This team is just
bring
old
that energy
altogether. You could already see the path that the Golden Knights are taking. In a few years, they're gonna fall apart. So they better start fixing things up now before it's too late.
Well, the problem is every year they keep doubling down on the roster, right?
Yeah.
And they keep giving up first and trying to bring in like another veteran player like Anderson.
Yeah.
They gave up a couple first.
So
Or no,
Calgary's in
first
good
and a
shape,
second.
man.
Yeah.
Calgary's in good shape for next few years.
No, but it's the same thing, right? Like, let's say they get in the same situation next year. I wouldn't be surprised if they double down again and end up giving away like another first or a second, trying to like double down again, right?
But McMahon would have been nice there.
Mm-hmm.
If they somehow got
And
McMahon
just some
at that
speed,
time,
right?
add some speed, it would have been nice. Like even, well, we could just move on to the Utah Mammoth. Like if they had a guy like JJ Peterka,
Mm-hmm.
who adds that speed to the second line, it kind of bolsters your
Depth.
core,
Yep.
right? You need that. It just, when you go look at the Vegas Golden Knights, you don't see that. There's nobody that's kind of pushing over their weight in that team.
I think it's also like because they're so old, they don't play that speed style, right? Like they play a bit more like gritty and a bit more possession based, right?
Yeah, they try to play a little more north-south,
Yeah.
but it's not working. And I don't know how much patience Cassidy has. See how that goes. But the next topic, as we were talking about the Utah Mammoth, do you think they're the dark horse right now in the West?
They look really good.
Right?
One thing that's really crazy too, and I was looking at their goalie stats. Vejmelka I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name,
that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
but he has the second most shots against.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So he's seeing a lot of shots.
That's typically the case in Utah. Even when they were playing in Arizona, the goalies on that team always take the most amount of shots.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but that's always the case.
He's probably having a lot of fun. I was gonna say, just speaking like for yourself, when you're playing in net and you get no shots, sometimes it's a struggle with staying awake.
Yeah, I think he has a 2.6 goals against average,
yeah.
but his save percentage is like 900.
Yeah.
But apparently, when you go look at the entire league, the average is like 883 or something.
Mhm.
So he's above average, even though I think the average just came down altogether.
Yeah.
Just more goal scoring these days. But he's actually playing pretty well. But I think honestly, the highlight is Dylan Guenther right now. I think he has 36 goals. Last year he had like 42, I think, and he's about to break another 40 goal season.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, I think you could label him as a star now. A
Well,
legit scoring star.
even like the crazy part too is like nothing really changed with that team. Imagine if that team was still in Arizona.
No, I think Peterka did, man. Like
I mean like destination wise, like atmosphere that the team's under. Like I think that's the biggest change.
This is a big.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like mentality wise, I think that's the biggest change from the team. Even last year when they were in Utah, it's pretty much the same team that they had in Arizona. It's just the atmosphere, and I feel like the fans are kind of bringing that positivity, like going in and fans cheering. It's one of the smaller stadiums. It probably is the smallest stadium.
Yeah, but it's packed, man. It's
Yeah.
loud. It's loud in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, even their mascot, Tusky. What is it?
yeah.
That's a cool little mascot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Dylan Guenther's been killing it as he has been doing before. Clayton Keller's been playing great, right? 200-foot hockey. You got Schmaltz. I think he has like 65 points. Quiet. I think he's gonna end up with like 75 by the end of the season. Quietly playing great. Vejmelka, you already talked about him. Sergachev is now officially a number 1D man. Guy's like 53 points right now. So he's holding it up, playing big minutes. I think the team is now finally forming.
Gelling together, yeah.
Yeah, and they got, I think, on their bottom six, they have like Carconi and these guys, and they got Larson Krause, guys who have a little more grit. So I think in the playoffs, they're going to cause trouble. I think they're going to cause real trouble. That's why they're my dark horse. I think whoever plays these guys,
It's not going to be an easy
it's
matchup.
not going to be easy.
No.
Not at all.
And one thing that Utah has had they've been relative, like knock on wood, right? But they've been relatively healthy, no big injuries, nothing. It's just they've been consistent all the way through, right?
And right now they're holding on to that first wild card spot.
Yep.
Meaning they're most likely going to play against the Ducks or they're going to play against somebody in the Pacific. My thing is, I think whoever they play in the Pacific, I don't think they're going to beat Utah. I think Utah's beating any of those three teams. It's going to be Vegas, Edmonton, or the Ducks.
Well, one thing I think Utah has an advantage, like I didn't even think about it till just now, was they're playing at altitude.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
same thing as Colorado. Right?
Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like imagine playoffs where the games are longer and like more physical and stuff. That's got to be an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Imagine having going to Utah and playing there.
Yeah.
All they have to do is just win one. I don't think any team beats them in Utah, right?
Yeah, it's just but the way they play too, man. It's just constant pressure. I don't know. I really like their I just really like their chances this year as being the wild card. Even not even in the West, I think altogether in the entire league, I think they're going to be a big wild card, and I could see them going past the second round.
Okay, well,
That's what I'm saying. Like this is a crazy thing, but I personally think if they play in the Pacific, if they stick around there, I think those teams are going to run out of fumes by the time they play against them.
Okay, well, I'm the opposite. Like in the Pacific, like in the
if it's Central, is a different story. Central is much more complicated.
There's 3 teams that could easily
beat them, right?
Yeah.
And those teams, I feel like Colorado is just
because you have the Colorado,
stacked.
Minnesota, and Dallas.
It looks like Colorado's the one that's going to be holding on to the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So if Utah makes it, if they somehow drop to the second wildcard spot, then they're playing Colorado, and that's going to be a problem for Utah.
But even Colorado, man, like ever since the break, when they came back from the break, like they kind of look, they're not like the same team.
They're still not bad. What was I looking at? They're still a plus 98 or something ridiculous, plus 87.
Yeah,
in the season. So I don't think anybody's stopping Colorado right now. I think they're so goddamn good. But yeah, just back to Utah. It's just I don't know. That's where I got them. So do you agree that they're a dark horse in the West?
I think they're a team to watch out for 100%.
And if you do, let's just say if they make the playoffs, how far do you see them going?
Well, it depends. If they let's say they drop down to that 8th and they get Colorado,
Yeah.
I still see Colorado.
How many games do you think they're gonna end up going to?
I want to say 5.
So you think like Utah just barely wins one, they're out?
I think so, man. They might win one.
So let's just say we keep the standings the way it is and they play against the Ducks first round.
Oh, I think they could beat the Ducks. I think it might be like maybe 6. I think it'll be like a long series.
Oh, you think it's a long series?
Well, I think it's a long series.
And then let's just say if they beat the Ducks and they play against either Vegas or Edmonton. Now it's tricky, right? Yeah. Are you gonna go with the experience or you're gonna go with this young team?
I think I'd lean with the experience a bit more.
You're gonna go with the experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's but for me it's just with the Edmonton Oilers, there's a lot of questions. Is Leon Draisaitl going to be 100%?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Vegas Golden Knights going to be 100% healthy altogether? Is their goaltending going to hold up? I think with Utah, there's not as many questions like that. I think these guys are already shaping up to play playoff hockey. They're getting ready for that. So that's my kind of take for why I would choose Utah.
Well, even going into the playoffs, like it's a big difference too. It's not only like how you finish, but like it's how you go into the playoffs. So you want to have a good set of like a good decent form going in, right?
Yeah.
Because that means like the world. Like you don't want to be having to kind of get playoff ready. You want to be ready before the playoff starts.
All right. So next thing, who do you think deserves to be the President's Trophy winner this year?
Oh, it's gonna be Colorado, right?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe one, right?
Yeah.
just all together. They have the depth. They got Nazem Kadri. You got McKinnon about to hit 50 goals again.
Yeah.
Even maybe potentially 60.
No, and it's not even production from like their first line. It's just like through like you know what I mean? Like Landeskog is still contributing. Man. Like they're so deep. It's not. And they brought in Kadri now. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And even goaltending, like what was it? Wedgwood got hurt.
Yeah.
And then Blackwood got hurt, and then Wedgwood filled in.
Yeah.
And it's like they haven't missed a beat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So like they have 2 solid goaltenders. Like it's like even when they face some adversity, it's like they managed to come through. Yeah.
They figure it out. That's why I just think that they've been maybe the most consistent team all year. So I would give. Yeah, I mean people could say Carolina, but I think I'll give it to Colorado. I think Colorado's way more.
It's even more pressure on Carolina.
I think there's pressure on both those teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we're not saying Carolina is because Carolina typically we just expect them to be there, but that Central Division is just so hard, and every year those three teams have to keep playing each other, or it's Winnipeg getting in there, and then the teams are beating each other up. So I don't know. I just think Colorado they deserve it right now. I think they're ready, man. They're ready to go deep. But I mean, you can look at the Minnesota Wild. They're also ready to go deep too as well, right? So it's gonna be wild, man. One of these teams has to get kicked out.
That's the thing I hate about this new format, right?
I mean, it's not even new anymore. We can't even call it a new format.
But that's why I don't. No, it's old, but that's what they like. It the way I see it is like the best team should always play the worst,
sure,
and go from there, right? And then that way, like I get it. You want to have local rivalries and stuff like that, but sometimes you get like last year, Colorado was out in the first round, right?
Yeah. I mean, they also had injuries and there's a lot of question marks.
But imagine if something like
it
that
wasn't even
happens.
just the injuries. I mean, they had Nelson, they had Charlie Coyle. They
Yeah.
made those trades
Yeah.
to get them, but like Landeskog wasn't really, the guy, and I think Nichushkin wasn't playing either last year. I think he was on and off all year too as well. And their goaltending was kind of a little shaky, but they figured that out. So I think they're ready to go.